A very good day and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We are taking a look on what is happening in the nation South Africa. The CIC of the EFF, Julius Malema, submitted to the Speaker of the 7th Parliament an urgent draft resolution motion for the establishment of an impeachment committee in terms of Section 89(1) of the Constitution of South Africa. This is what is happening soon after the president-elect of South Africa was nominated. The EFF leader then moved this motion and it was submitted to both the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker for consideration. Let us take a look onto this story so as to understand what is really transpiring and what is really happening in the nation South Africa. This is it. This is the report right here, and let us get the facts about it. The EFF said in a statement, the CIC President Julius Malema has submitted to the Speaker of the 7th Parliament an urgent draft resolution motion for the establishment of an impeachment committee in terms of Section 89(1) of the Constitution of South Africa. The report of the independent panel found out that there was prima facie case for impeachment against President Cyril Ramaphosa for Phala. The EFF's draft resolution to the 7th Parliament is to establish a full impeachment committee in terms of Rule 129J and in terms of Section 89 of the Constitution. Let us delve straight into the letter which was submitted by the EFF and let us get the facts of it. So it came through the office of the Chief Whip and it was directed to Ms. Toko Didiza, the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of South Africa. And this is from the Economic Freedom Fighters, and it's an urgent draft resolution motion for the establishment of an impeachment committee in terms of Section 89(1) of the Constitution. And the Economic Freedom Fighters submitted this urgent draft resolution in accordance with Rule 119 of the National Assembly rules, which reads, a member may propose a subject for discussion or a draft resolution for approval as a resolution of the House with or without a debate. The draft motion is herewith attached with the correspondence, and they say that they trust that the Speaker would give this matter the agency it deserves so that it gets attended and they resolve the issues happening. And let us go to the contents so that we get to understand what is really happening right here. And the draft resolution, it was from Mr. J.S. Malema, and number 1, notes that on 30 November, the independent panel established in terms of Rule 129G of the Rules of the National Assembly to conduct a preliminary inquiry on the motion, then tabled in Section 89 of the Constitution, tabled its report to Parliament. Number 2, further notes that the report of the independent panel found that there was prima facie case for impeachment against the President and that a full impeachment committee should be established in terms of Rule 129J and in terms of Section 89(1) of the Constitution. They acknowledged that, amongst other things, the report of the independent panel found out that President may have conducted a serious violation of Sections 96(2)A and a serious violation of Section 34(1) of PRECA and a serious misconduct that the President violated Section 96(2)B of the Constitution by acting in a way that is inconsistent with his office. A serious misconduct that the President violated Section 96(2)B of the Constitution by exposing himself to a situation involving conflict between his official responsibilities and his private business. Number 4, recognizes that while the National Assembly debated the report and voted against the establishment of the Impeachment Committee on 13 December 2022, members who voted against the establishment of the committee cited the court challenge by the President to set the report of the panel aside. further recognizes that the Constitutional Court refused to hear the President's challenge to the report and dismissed his application in March 2023, and that further, the President has recently announced that he will not be pursuing further legal challenges to the report. Acknowledges that the independent panel report is still an authoritative report on the matter, and that any failure by Parliament to process the report further by establishing an impeachment committee would be an abrogation of the duties bestowed upon Parliament by the Constitution. Further acknowledges that there is no legal or other impediment preventing Parliament from establishing an impeachment committee to process the report of the independent panel and hear and cross-examine witnesses. Further acknowledges that while Rule 316 provides that motions and other business other than bill lapse at the end of parliamentary term, there is nothing prohibiting Parliament from reviving this process. So these are the issues being raised by the EFF at this point in time, and key issues are that this speaker noted that the previous Parliament was seized with this matter, and to a certain point in time, it seems as if they made a decision, and they will have to look into the submissions made by President Julius Malema and his party, the EFF, so that they get to understand the arguments. The major arguments are that during that particular moment, Parliament had noted that there was a court challenge, and they didn't want to preempt that court challenge, and that constitutional court challenge then failed to proceed, and which means the EFF believes that there is need for them to continue to pursue this matter. What are the consequences if the Parliament manages to establish this committee? The consequences are that President Cyril Ramaphosa might face an impeachment from Parliament, and it will be the discretion of his party either to vote for him or against him during that impeachment process. So what it means is he is likely going to face difficult circumstances if this committee is approved, and you have to defend himself. So, but this doesn't mean that he's going, this doesn't mean that he will be removed. They will need to find some evidence. The committee will need to find some evidence, and they will need to do some interviews so that they see if there is any case to answer before the Parliament, or if the impeachment process can proceed according to the Constitution and the laws of the Republic of South Africa. And in the case that this commission fails to be set up, what is going to happen is that Parliament will then drop away this case, and it will die a natural death, and that will be the end of it. And it will now be in the hands of the ANC to deal with this matter internally. Those are the only options available. It's either Parliament will proceed with this matter, or the matter will have to go to the ANC to deal it internally from their own side. So this is it. This is the issue raised by the EFF. They've moved a motion to compel Parliament to establish a committee which is going to, an impeachment committee, which is going to look into the issues of Pala against President Cyril Ramaphosa. And it depends with the ruling of Parliament in terms of his survival as the President of the Republic. So it is what it is. We'll continue to watch what will be happening in the nation of South Africa. Remember, we have gone past the electoral period, and it's now serious business, and we have to move forward. We cannot remain stuck. President Jacob Zuma announced that he's going to have a press conference on Sunday, and his members were not in Parliament. And also, according to information which was coming out of KwaZulu-Natal, they were defeated in KwaZulu-Natal. IFP Premier was elected, which means the MK failed to form the government in the KwaZulu-Natal region. And the ANC, the DA, the IFP, they have numbers in KwaZulu-Natal, and they will continue to make decisions even without the MKP. Maybe except in cases where there is need for strict two-thirds majority. So this is what is happening. We'll continue to watch and see what is happening in the nation of South Africa going forward. My name is